Yo. Bro.
Yeah, we just don't play that enough. That hits so hard.
Yo, he did a really good job with that, yo. Shout out G.
Shout out G.
I just be forgetting about it, man. I'm like, yo, damn. But I be seeing other pies, and I'm like, yo, they got a nice little intro right there. Like, what we doing?
Yo, it's hard too. I love it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
How you been, bro? How was Africa?
Bro, Africa was amazing, man. So I was in Rwanda for a week, and Rwanda had a conflict in 1994. So within 100 days, 1,000,000 people were murdered during that genocide. And so the country, rather than like focusing on continuing conflict, they made a decision to say we're all going to heal. And so they have this one Rwanda campaign, and everybody is doing their thing, man, in terms of healing, in terms of like, trying to repair and restore. And so it was an amazing thing to see. It was one of those things we always talk about, like how we feel when we go to certain places.
Yeah.
And how the ancestors take over and you start to feel those spirits. I'm like that in Puerto Rico. I was like that in Rwanda.
That's so dope.
Yeah, so it was
That's
cool.
Dope.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're back. A lot they let you back in the country too, because they be wilding out sometimes. So,
bro, definitely wilding out. And you know me, I haven't slowed down in terms of my criticism for this administration. So yes, I am ecstatic that my global entry worked. Yeah. So on the show, we were talking about we're gonna talk about classroom management or lack thereof. And so I'm gonna start us with this video.
What happened? Like, because now I'm scared. And she says, well, from what I understand, your son was. I'm sorry. She said that your son was being restrained with bungee cords in a chair.
Kelly Young and Demia Roman got a call from the principal of Seat Pleasant Elementary School last fall telling them their sons were okay, but there had been an incident. Both of their sons, 6 years old, autistic and nonverbal, so they couldn't tell them what happened at school. That left the mothers desperately searching for answers.
You have a child who, God knows what they're going through, what they're feeling. My son doesn't like to be restrained. So to know that he was going through that, what he was feeling, then you're just angry because these people are there to take care of your children.
Young says her son is always happy and
Bro. So we don't do the whole video in order to understand like what's going on. But so I guess my concern is this, man. So we all go to higher education. We all go through the same teacher education programs. I think when you're special education certified, you take a little bit more special education classes or whatever. But like at the end of the day, you have to have a heart in order to be in the classroom and to be with students, right? Like you have to have the heart for it. It's hard work, man. Yeah. And I think a lot of people that are in education just don't have the hearts, man. They do it for a paycheck. And I don't want to pigeonhole the profession, right? But there are definitely some bad actors, and I think that when bad actors exist, we need to do our best in education to eradicate that from ever happening.
No, I mean it's crazy, right? Because I remember a time when people would talk about the profession as sort of their fallback, right? I'm going to go and I'm going to do this thing. And if it doesn't work, well, I'll go teach, right? Not recognizing just how much of a profession this work actually is, and how much you have to bring your whole self to this work, how much you have to bring your heart, you have to bring your brain. Like it's crazy work. And, I'm not certain that we do justice to just how difficult classroom management can be. for right, and how hard it is to manage a classroom, particularly if it's a special ed classroom. And so that is not by way to defend at all what this teacher did, but just to recognize that, we can't allow stuff like this to happen. And that's got to start from removing individuals who think this is a good idea, but also training folks to know that this is not even within the realm of what is, proper, allowable, or even decent from a teacher's perspective.
Yeah, but it also starts with a school leader being an instructional leader, right? So like, a lot of times you'll have principals that are in these positions and they don't really have an instruction background. And so I think it's important for you to make that steady progression in terms of your role and your trajectory in education. So it's important for you to have been a teacher. It's important for you to have done disciplinary work. It's important for you to have supported a principal, and supporting a principal means doing everything that you need to do in order to in order to be the number two. Because I feel like if you can function as a good number two, then you'll know your blind spots in terms of like what you need to be the number one. Yeah. But you need to be an instructional leader in order to be able to go in and coach people on how to do things better.
I mean, I think we don't do enough justice in any field, but particularly in education, to the idea of like lived proximity and experience, right? How important it is to have had the experience of doing certain roles, of managing classrooms, to leadership, right? There's no textbook is ever going to teach you what it's like to have an unruly class that you're having a difficult time getting in control, right? There's no amount of practice that is going to do that for you unless you're actually in that space. And I don't know that we value enough folks who come to leadership roles with that type of experience and background.
Yeah, I mean, bro, because I see very few teachers that come out of their teacher education programs ready to go on day one, right? It's like they may be ready to go for certain environments, but they're definitely not ready to go for like urban environments, because it's a tough environment. It's tough, and so you usually have some of the younger teachers in the profession that are in those hard to staff areas, and this is how it plays out when you don't, man. I hated to see that, man.
Listen, as someone who's been in education their whole life, that is, you recognize all the places in the system that had to fail for something like that to happen. Yeah. And as a parent, like there is nothing like the amount of rage you feel right, to the system for that. This is you send your kids to school in the hope that they're going to be safe and respected and taken care of, and that is just the opposite.
Yeah, and then and which they may mention too as well, when you have these nonverbal kids, right? Yeah. Like, shout out to my brother, because like he he's taught me some things, even though he doesn't know that he's taught me. But like, he doesn't like people around his kids, and I'm like, well, why don't you like people around your kids? He was like, yo, because they're not at an age to where they can communicate anything that's happening to them, right? And so it's the same thing with with a nonverbal student. It's like they can't tell you that, oh, somebody harmed me or whatever. And so when you have people that are taking advantage of the fact that they can't communicate to tell their parents what you're doing, it's like I want everybody to have a body cam, bro. Yeah.
Maybe we need to start body camming teachers like we do with police officers.
I'm a body cam, bro. And I know there's some things that go with that. But so next up, in terms of talking about hard work and making sure that we stay aligned with that, this was super meaningful, bro.
Interior worker admits she did wrong, and she understands why she was fired.
For 14 years, Debbie Salzman worked as a beloved lunch lady here at Denver Place Elementary School in Wilmington. She says she would upgrade the lunch of a child who didn't have enough money or give them extra food if they said they were still hungry.
If they didn't have enough money on their account, they would get a cheese sandwich instead. When they got a free lunch, that would come back and say, Miss Debbie, I'm still hungry. Didn't you get your belly full for supper last night? And you don't know how many times they heard they didn't have supper that night.
Bro, as a person that came from a food insecure background, I can only imagine what it's like. And so, like, I know that this is a tough environment. It's a tough environment. It's tough. And so, you know, and with they may mention too as well, when you have these nonverbal kids, right? Like, shout out to my brother, because like he doesn't know that he's taught me some things, even though he doesn't know that he's taught me. But like, he doesn't like people around his kids, and I'm like, well, why don't you like people around your kids? He was like, yo, because they're not at an age to where they can communicate anything that's happening to them, right? And so it's the same thing with a nonverbal student. It's like they can't tell you that, oh, somebody harmed me or whatever. And so when you have people that are taking advantage of the fact that they can't communicate to tell your parents what you're doing, it's like I want everybody to have a body cam, bro. I depended on. And I was on a pod last night with some of my buds from my hometown, and I was explaining to them like, yo, I depended on that breakfast and I depended on that lunch. And I ate so much at that lunch because I didn't know if I was gonna have dinner to eat. So I needed to be able to hold myself over for breakfast the next day. I looked forward to coming to school because I knew that was at least going to be a place where I was gonna eat.
You know, and what's wild about the story, right, is that she was keeping track of the students she was giving free food to so that she could reimburse the school. She just couldn't do it every day. She had to wait till she got paid. So she was developing an IOU system so that the school was getting paid, right? And so it may not have been on the day that she gave food to the student, but she was paying this. And so like this is who you want in your school, right? Absolutely. Don't you want professionals in your school who are going to do whatever it is it takes to make sure that those children are best able to learn and grow the way we want them to grow, and to dismiss an individual who comes to this work with a student first perspective and was willing to come out of her own pocket to make sure kids ate, like that just don't make no sense to me. Like, I don't understand leadership's like point of view here that they feel like she should be let go because of this. This is who I want working with the students in my care, right? In my organization.
Miss Debbie, if you moving from Wilmington and you moving to New York, I got a job for you. I got a job for you, sis. Pull up. So it reminds me of folks that work in the cafeteria when I grew up, and like how they would look the other way in terms of like making sure that we ate and that we were good, because at the end of the day, you know how much food in a school cafeteria that gets wasted?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a tremendous amount of waste. We have a table. It's like a giving table, to where if a student like takes their lunch and they don't eat it, they can just put it on the giving table. And so if somebody wants to come up and like have extra lunch or whatever, they can just go do that without feeling ostracized or whatever. And so, you know, that's again, it's hard work, man. That's hard work.
It is. And, you know, we, in our offices, we have a food pantry, right? For students when they come in. You know, we're dealing with high school seniors or college students who can be just as food insecure as younger students. And, you know, we know that we're not a long-term solution. We're not going to fix the long-term food insecurity, for months and weeks, but for, a student who comes in who's hungry in a night, that night or for the next couple of days, making sure they have something to eat, because we know that they're not able to do the work we need them to do if they're hungry. And so this just feels like it is at its heart in support of that child's education and livelihood and life. And I don't know how that can ever be wrong.
Yeah. Shout out Mama Toy. Mama Toy, I see you. Sorry I wasn't able to be in Philadelphia with you guys for BMEC, hopefully next year. But I see the pictures and stuff, and I missed y'all. So Sharif El Mekki just had his annual conference down in Philly.
Oh, nice.
Like 1,000 Black male educators in one space. So
that's dope.
That's dope, man.
No, but her comment is real too, right? Food's expensive, right? And it is, regardless of what you're being told, food is more expensive. Continue to get more and more expensive. I know just from the bills. I got 2 teenage boys, man. I'm food poor in this house. I'm a big dude too, so I like my food. And so, like,
bro,
so the food's expensive.
Listen, if you got to choose between going to Key Foods and Whole Foods, I mean, I'm going to Key Foods, bro. I will want to go to Whole Foods, and maybe there's some things that I would get out of Whole Foods, but majority of the stuff I'm getting out of Key Food only because it's affordable.
That's right. Listen, shout out to Trader Joe's. We got a Trader Joe's on the corner.
Trader Joe's works too. Listen, I have this working theory, bro. How far are you from Trader Joe's? Can you walk there?
Yeah, I can literally look up my window right now and see it.
Bro, you made it. You made it, bro. You made it, bro. Like, if you can walk to the grocery store and if it's Trader Joe's and Whole Foods, you made it. Like, yo.
I'm on top of the world.
Yo, I love that for you. You can get there real quick to spend that whole check.
Facts.
What do you think about Wegmans though? I like Wegmans.
Well, I mean, I just don't. There's none with like I don't know even know there's one in around the city, but it's a whole experience. You walk into Wegmans. I feel like you walking into a different world.
That's like going into the Delta Lounge right there, baby. At LaGuardia.
That's that Centurion stuff right there. Let me tell you.
Bro, so the next up we talk about fatherhood, and I'm gonna play part of this video, and then we're gonna dialogue.
You can't play the whole video.
I can't play the whole video. I'll play part of it.
I'm a different type of parent. So what I'm about to say, some of y'all may not understand, and some of y'all may not feel, and I don't care, man. This is me, unapologetically. Bro, when it come to my kids, I ride for my kids. I'm going to do anything that I can within my power to make sure that I can help them, to make sure that they're successful, to make sure that everything goes good for them. One thing that I'm not going to do at all is tolerate no disrespect. When you get to treat me like I'm just some off the streets, I wouldn't give a damn if you are my child. It's you too.
All right. Bro,
yo, it's me. I tell my kids sometimes when they get me stressed, I'm like, yo, I wear my Timbs every day. Don't get it twisted. I'm a nice dad, but let me tell you, if I have to put them Timbs on, it's a different story right now.
Bro, I feel like I approach all situations with non-aggression. I feel like that has worked better for me. That whole approach has worked better for me than to be pissed off and to be angry, because I feel like you have to rationalize with these kids, especially from this generation. And so, I often think about the triggers and the trauma that's associated with how I was raised, and I do the exact opposite, bro. So I know that, at age 18, when I went to college, I didn't have like, there was no coming home for the summer or anything like that. It was you 18, you grown kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
And so what that's done for me is that it's made me say to my kids, I don't give a shit how old you are. You always gonna have your room in my house, and you always gonna be welcome here. And I love how your culture like cultivates, and they don't eat their young, so to speak. And not everybody in Black culture does that, but I'm just talking about my experience. So what do you guys do to kind of
man? I was home. I was living at home until I was 30. So
yep, but what?
My mom was doing my laundry. My mom was cooking. I wasn't going anywhere. Are you kidding me?
Yo. Yeah.
I made it before. Even before there was a whole a Trader Joe's in my neighborhood. I was good.
Yeah.
No, I think it's I think there's the realization of when you grow up in a place where, family is the anchor of how you survive, right? My father, his father was a Rolling Stone, so he didn't grow up with a dad. He grew up with his mom my grandmother had remarried and had a new family. So my dad grew up with his grandmother, right? And so when it came to family, he was like, that was his priority, right? And so we were always the place where, we took care of grandparents and grandchildren, and it didn't matter, right? And it's just sort of born into you that's what you do. And I'm not a person that comes easily, I'm a pacifist as well, but sometimes some kids, when they talk out their mouth, will take me to that moment where I get close to losing my blessing, as my brother would say.
Take me through that. Yo, bro, listen. When light switches and the Hulk comes out, bro, it's like, wait, what? You said what? And it's usually when they're disrespecting their mom, because I don't really play that shit. But like when I hear like some craziness, and I'm like, wait, what you say?
Yeah, that's right. You better take that bass out of your voice, kid. Because it does not happen.
But that kind of makes it hard though, right? When like you have when you have a wife that like lets that shit pass, and it's like, man, now I got to come in, and I got to clean it up or whatever, and I got to be the bad guy. Like, yo, nah, everybody got to be tough in here.
Soon I get into my Tony Montana, say hello to the bad guy. I'm coming in.
What up, Monique Taylor? Monique was like, he said what he said, and you have to understand when you know how hard it comes. I get that, right? And so what she's saying is absolutely right. Like when you working your ass off in order to put food on the table, and people are out here being disrespectful, like that hits hard. I get it.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy, you know. My youngest has been, apparently, I've never seen this before, but his middle school, they're planning a trip for some middle schools who can afford it to go to Spain next year in 8th grade. Wow. And so he's coming at me. He's like, "Oh, Dad, I want to do this." And he's been putting together a PowerPoint presentation to try to convince my wife and I. But it's like 6 G's. And I'm like, "Nah, son." I said, "You want Spain? We talk Spanish in the house. That's all you need. I'll make you some. I'll make you some eggs."
Like, well, 6 G's, you can plan a family trip.
6 G's is crazy to say.
Six G's, you can bring your whole family to Spain.
I know, but and he's in 8th grade.
Yeah.
First of all, this kid I don't trust this kid. In my house for an hour by himself. I'm not gonna trust this kid.
That's the kind of kid that's gonna be doing like he gonna be a foreign exchange student. He gonna be up out of there, yo. As soon as he get of age, he gonna be like, yo, I'm out. Yo.
He's wilding. But he came to me and was like, and he got really upset because I was like, look, we just six G's, like that's just not happening. Yeah. Like
well, realistic expectations, like tapering kids' expectations or whatever. Like I feel like, in your work, in your line of work, that's one of the most important conversations that you have to have with parents about college affordability, just about affordability, period. And parents need to have tough conversations with their kids about college affordability. Like if this kid's dream school is $150,000 a year and you make $25,000 a year, like. And they only giving you $10,000 in aid, you have to be able to tell that kid, hell no, you can't go to that college. Not, oh, we're gonna see what we can do. Or we're gonna do. No, you're not gonna see what you can do. You can't
go. I didn't even tell him we gonna see what we can do. I was just like, yeah, it's not happening. I'll talk Spanish with a list for you, and you can get the full Spain experience. I was like, you get the whole full. He's wilding, but he got really, really upset that I was like, no, he got super emotional because he's an emotional kid, right? And he started his voice started to rise, started to get like scream at me, and I was just like, look, it's 10:30 at night. I am not in the mood for this right now. You're gonna have to you need to go to bed, or it's gonna be a different conversation. Because 6 G's is wilding. He's really mad. I'm like, nah, you don't. You know how long it takes for me to make 6 G's? Stop playing.
I'm not getting into that.
Yes, it happens a lot faster than it used to, but still.
Bro, so closing us out, man. I'm closing us out with some joy on this pre-break episode. I think G Money is gonna be back next week, man. So we're gonna be full. We're gonna be full. It's gonna be lit next week. Oh, all right. So,
how many more grades is you gonna have now that there's 2 at home?
Man. Oh, I don't know. All right, so here we go.
Ma.
Yes.
Ma, I've been calling you for like 2 weeks now. I ain't seen you since like 2 weekends ago. Why you ain't answering your phone?
I'm just a little upset with you.
For what?
How do you renege playing spades? I'm upset with you. Playing spades, do you know how serious that is?
Ma, you can't be. Ma, you serious?
I'm serious. I'm putting down a diamond. You throw out there a heart. You don't even know what you were doing, did you? You shouldn't have known what you were doing before you sat down there in that wooden chair.
Ma, it ain't even that serious. Ma, you ain't talked to me in almost 3 weeks because of spades?
That's right. That's right. You don't come to me telling me about being your partner playing spades. Then you get there and you embarrasses me. Just made me shame on the left side of the chair.
Bro, you already know how I give it up. Your spades is serious. And so
that's right.
You don't know how to play, don't sit down at the table. Don't sit down. Like there's no debate for that. There's no room for there's nothing, right? Like, and first of all, cards get taken. If you at a big age and you don't know how to play spades, cards need to be taken. Like brown cards, black cards, like
yeah. That I love that, and that's my mom and I. But we play, so we love spades, but dominoes, right?
Yes,
dominoes,
that's what,
right?
yeah.
And we were in a tournament one time, and it was mad hot outside, and we were killing people. My mom can play, and I could see her starting to get tired because of the sun. And I see her start throwing the game, and I'm looking at her across the table, and she's like, just playing anything. And 2 weeks I didn't talk to her. I'm like, I'm not talking to you right now. You piss me off. You cost me that trophy.
Yeah. Hey, that was serious, man. I used to work in the airlines, and like during our breaks and stuff in the break room, we used to play dominoes, and like 6 love is a thing, bro.
Get serious. We have broken tables smashing dominoes down.
Yes.
And so space too, because we played. I play. I don't play either. Like, I don't even want to talk to you when we play.
Yeah, nah. It's real. Hey, so I guess last thing to take us out, man. It's potluck season. It's work potluck season.
I don't be eating nobody's food.
Nah. How do you nicely say like I'm good?
I've been running. I ate something last night. My stomach is just a little off, and I don't want to test it or anything. I don't be trusting the way nobody make food. I watch a lot of these internet videos, people doing the craziest stuff. I'm like, nah. I don't know how you keep your house. I saw this video the other day of this woman. She's cooking pasta in her house, and a cat is standing on the range.
Everybody's talking about that. Yeah,
and I'm like, that's why you can't eat in nobody's house, and that's why I ain't in no potlucks. Nah, I'm good.
Like, we can open that budget up, and we can pay for. We can call Panera and Panera.
We have a Thanksgiving pizza party because I don't need you bringing nothing.
I'm with it. But yeah, you're right, man. Hygiene is like is top notch in terms of like food preparation. And so if you got folks that are like, because it's different if we're in the kitchen and I'm able to watch you or able to come in and check in or whatever, then that's totally different. I might taste your food, but like if you at home and you bring something in and I don't know what's going on in your house or whatever, like, nah, I'm not eating that. I'm not doing that. No disrespect to you. Thank you for the love and the gesture.
Well, I think it's a comment. It's the hygiene thing. I also think it's a seasoning thing. I appreciate seasoning and I grew up in a house with like sofrito and sazon and adobo, right? And so that's the other piece of it too. Even if I trusted the hygiene, I'm always a little nervous about whether there's enough salt in your food.
Oh,
or
wow. Mama Tony talking about her cat.
Sneaky Pete knows better.
First of all, you named your cat Sneaky Pete, so that's all. I'm. That's it for me, bro. Final thoughts, man. What's your final thought?
Oh man, it's Thanksgiving tomorrow, and you're gonna. You have the ability to sit with family, and for those folks who have a certain political persuasion, you have the greatest opportunity today to find out how they're doing and to say, I told you so as often as you want. So I'm giving everyone free reign. You can say, I told you so. You can say, I informed you thusly. There's lots of different ways that you can show up and show out during your Thanksgiving family dinners. And I'm here for all of it. I appreciate any way that you want to help them understand that this is what you've been talking about for years.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. And so for me, for my final thought, I'm gonna take it another way. I'm gonna shout out the people that don't have family and the people that are braving this through loss and through grief. Take care of yourself. Go outside, take a walk, do all the things you need to do in order to provide yourself with some self-care. It's a tough season, especially if you don't have folks around you. Reach out to your friends. Friendsgiving is a thing. If you don't want to be alone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Brody. Next Friday, we back.
Next Friday, G'll be back.
Yeah.
Getting the band back together. I love that.
All right. We'll see y'all later.